Hi, welcome to Creative You with Pacific Fabrics. I'm Erin Hubner, and today we are talking about pins and needles. There's a good chance you do have some pins and needles around your machine. But one thing to keep in mind is that they're not all created equal. For instance, you have special ones that are for ballpoint. This is great when you're sewing jerseys to make sure you don't accidentally snag the fabric. Depending on what you like, they are either have a flat head on them. These are nice and long. We have glass head pins. These are great if you're trying to pin something that is finicky because your iron, if you're trying to gently press something, won't melt these. Most pin heads are actually plastic, so you do need to be careful with them around the iron. And we also have special ultra-fine glass head pins. These are great when you're working with super fine fabrics like rayons, where they're very delicate and you don't want to punch big holes in your fabric. Along with that is needles. You're probably used to the 80-12 universal needle. Virtually all machines come with them, and that's a great starting point. But just like with needles, if you're working with a lot of jersey, it's great to invest in some ballpoint needles. The end of it is actually rounded, so rather than trying to poke a hole through it, it gently pushes the fibers aside. Along with that, we have our twin needles, so when you're hemming your knit, not only will it be stretchy, but it'll have that look that like a cover stitch without having to invest in a whole other machine. The Microtex is for very fine needles and fabric. Jeans, self-explanatory, because jean fabric is much thicker. You need a needle that is much thicker. If you try to use a fine Microtex needle on it, there's a good chance it would snap. And then we have leather. Leather needles actually have a tiny little knife at the end of them that punches a hole. That is not something you'd want to be using on any other fabric, simply because those holes would be there forever. So if you're not sure what sort of pin or needle you need to use for your project, come on into our store and we can definitely help you because there's a lot of them out there.